The longest campaign of all time in Trackmania has just ended. The fall 2025 campaign, after more than 3 months, is finally over. And we are going to take a look at all the world records that were set during that time. Players have been hard at work fighting on the maps. You can see I have been doing not much more than a simple discovery, but we're gonna take a look at all the records and see where they ended up. And guys, this campaign marks a shift. We might look back at this campaign nostalgically in a couple of years, because with the new update that's coming out today, they're completely changing the aesthetics on the maps. So perhaps this is the last campaign of the olden style. Let's enjoy it. Fall 2025-01, world record by #1 Riolu fan, which, if you haven't seen him before, is not actually Riolu. It's not actually him. We know this. It's a teenager who lives in New Zealand and just happens to be cracked at the game with a terrible username. So this map is insanely precise, and the way he managed to eke out an advantage, apart from driving close to the walls, the others are driving close to the walls too, is one of my favorite mechanics. We call it the wheelie speed slide. That's the old name for it. But what it is that you have full grip with the left set of tires, and the right set of tires are speed sliding. In this turn, he is too slow, just so you know. But in the next one, this actually works, here. So if you look at the tires, speed sliding on the left side, full grip on the right side. This is a thing that works. He's accelerating more than usual. And then early up on the boosters, and he snipes. Really, really cool stuff. So, #1 Riolu fan with the first record. We have map 02. Solivagans made like a 10-minute tutorial on how to drive this track and how to do dirt no slides. And him and Lord Quacked battled back and forth for the record, but it actually is Lord Quacked with a 26.78 and Solivagans with a 26.9. Yeah, these two guys are kind of the dirt no slide / quantum slide champions. There's a lot of things going on here, like brake tapping instead of releasing to keep RPM high. Or was it the other way around? I don't remember. One thing that they do is that for the first part of a no slide, you can always full steer. I never knew this. Like when you're thinking, oh, I have to smooth steer, you kind of go, oh, I should go into like 70% immediately, but no. They always full steer to make the car either snap left faster or steer more in the beginning, and then they ease out. So this is the really difficult part, is like, imagine flicking the control stick just like boom, and then smoothly falling back. It is an art form. And then speed sliding, of course, in the end. Really, really beautiful runs. Guys, this is bobsleigh, Flu versus Nora Llama. We're just gonna take a look at the top two here, I think. But incredible records throughout. They are gaining over half a second on me in a straight line. And they're still doing bobsleigh wiggles, which has been Nadeo's mortal enemy. In 6 years, they haven't defeated bobsleigh wiggles. They are just a little bit less powerful than before. But when you're coming off of a wall, you can do these left, right, left double taps. And so that's what they're doing, keeping full grip. One thing I want to show you guys about this record is the input comparison. Trackmania really is a game of just press the right buttons and you get the best time. Guys, look at the inputs top right. Look how similar everything is. If you press the right buttons, you get the correct time. Left tap, left tap, hold right, and they kind of smooth into the turn at the exact same time too. It's really satisfying. Fall 25-04, world record by Lima. Hobbit, second place. This is a full grass no slide map. Ooh, that is a very nice line. I haven't seen this map since the campaign came out, pretty much. And then full... Wow. What they're doing in the start is harder than it looks, but it's to get the 4th gear early. So they stay very high here, very late. But then they get an early 4th gear before the downhill. and they speed slide the downhill. And then fully close to the fireworks, snap, no slide. And Hobbit touches a bit too much penalty here, so Lima slightly wider setup plus Quantum gives him more speed to the finish. Clean run. Oh my god, what a close leaderboard. Flew again! Someone is playing music in-game. That better not be copyrighted. Flew, moose, and owls are very cool. Jesus. Flew understanding ice wiggles more than anyone. We gotta learn from this guy. Sorry, let's say this map is probably the most precise one this campaign. I don't even know how to show this in the best way, but look how close they go to every wall. It's just insane. Full there, full there, full. Down low, and then the slalom up the hill. Left, right, left. Close to this one. Dive into that turn. And the only difference between Crude and Real Lufan here is that Crude hit this approach better. From here on out, the runs are almost identical. But like, you only gain an appreciation for the precision when you slow it down to like 0.3. Like, there's really not a lot of space left. Like this one, okay. Yep, about touch the wall there. Ooh. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Fall 07. Lima and Hobbit again top 2. We'll include Chabdi because he's Norwegian. This map is one of the few that had a shortcut this time around. Well, shortcut, you grab the respawn booster. And what a turn, my god. That is oh my god, what a run. This is a crazy run. Getting the speed slide that close to the wall too is beautiful. Cause like, I thought it mostly is like, gonna be like, people get the booster but it won't be perfect, but close here, full right, and he's early on the line, so now he has a better setup left. Clean speed slide, lots of speed. And then into this. Nah, that's crazy. And maybe he lost a bit in the end. Hobbit seems to have gotten closer, but that was driven today. What a clutch run. That's insane. We are expecting the world records to be a bit more ridiculous because the campaign has been out for so long. 26 days overtime. And on this map, it is no different. Guys, I'm gonna include the top 3 here, plus Darkest Sentinel and 5th, and that is because... well, let's actually include 4th place too. This map has a ridiculous shortcut. It happens right here, Darkest Sentinel, normal way world record. The others go left of the loop, crash into this, and get a side flip. Land with all the speed, and then drive again. They're basically skipping the loop with a scenery bounce. But Amelie is also getting a reactor zoop at the end. You really gotta slow it down here too. Like, this looks silly. Where is bro going? Janik, thanks so much for the raid. Where is bro going? But then he crashes this box. And that's where you get the bounce. I cannot remember right now who found this. Maybe it was Analius himself. But this is beautiful. This is really beautiful. So this is curious. Tween is like an old school tech player. And I was very much expecting him to have the world record here, but Glowfish has beaten him. On this tech track. So I'm not sure who Glowfish is, but that's really, really impressive. Clean turn there too. I think that might be a first-time campaign world record, guys, which is very exciting. Oh, nice slide cancel there, and really good last turn. I think most impressive detail I saw was this here. Stopping steering for a second so that your car has full grip from now and not from later in the turn. And so now he's just faster. He has like 4 speed more than Tween here and a better line than Helper. Hobbit, world record on map 10. Crude and Lima. Are you guys seeing that it's the same, like, 3 players on every map? Like, it is so difficult to get into the top 10 on just one map. But then you have these players that are able to do it on every single track, it would seem, without problem. Hobbit, Lima, and Crude are about in every top 5 so far. Insane stuff. And yeah, I mean, not much to say here, Hobbit. I suppose a little bit more precise than the others. Quite a simple track. Fall 11, CoPro in second here. And Hobbit and CoPro are a 10th ahead of everybody else. Hobbit with a better start. But I remember CoPro having an insane outside turn, and yes, that is the one. Clean nosedive into the dirt too. Hobbit still ahead. And then the last turn into the loop. I still couldn't figure out if they wiggle here. Only on the way down. Smart. Yeah, you wouldn't really want to speed slide on the way up. But on the way, as soon as you're past the halfway point, you're going down again, you can start speed sliding out of the loop. Fall 12, guys. This map had a really cute strategy. The entire map is quarter pipe jumps. Looks a bit like a skate park. You're just jumping from quarter pipe to quarter pipe, trying to get low airtime. But then in the very end of this map, there's a really neat strategy. It was found on the first or second day. What you do is that on the last landing, you actually nose bug. And that gives you earlier grip and a better line to the finish. So right here, you land in a nose bug and then you try to drive here instead of getting sent up into the bowl. You can also go with less airtime this way. And Glider, also longtime stream viewer, seems to be the player with this record. Really, really cool for Glider. So another American record. Okay, all right, the domination. Well, it's 4 out of 12. It's 5 out of 12. Europe, next campaign, I expect to see you all setting your best records. We can't let this happen. More bobsleigh wiggles here. And it's honestly too advanced for me to understand. I used to understand bobsleigh. Before I had gray hairs, guys, I was good at bobsleigh. This is cool though, the ice slide extension into release. So this is not intuitive at all. That here, instead of going full, look at this. Instead of just going full speed and holding right, it is here faster to tap brake because it makes the ice slide angle more optimal, like sharper. So now you're in the speed slide ice angle. However, now you're going so fast that when it flicks back on the road, you're gonna be too sideways to carry the speed. So you go brake tap, sideways like this, and now you release. So you get that tiny speed slide before, and that ends up being faster than just forward stride. Was this season USA versus Netherlands? I mean, you got Lima, you got Hobbit as well. Crude from Australia, #1 Riolu fan. Well, Crude is New Zealand. I don't, not sure actually. Map 14, Hobbit world record again. This turn right here is the most blind thing that they ever built. And I did not like this map as a consequence of this one turn. I always thought there would be some strategy there to skip more penalty, but nothing was found by the looks of it. And then, oi, what a turn. Keeping grip there with this line. Yeah, that's on the limit. Nice run. Not much more to say. The mini air brake was there, yeah, but it's a small thing. I was hoping for like a big crash into bounce across or something. Fall 25, 15. W with the record 40.004. No 39 here. Damn, all the best full speed players are in the leaderboard, but no 39 happened. This map also had a cute shortcut, and if you didn't hear, it's also a remake of a classic Nations Forever track called, was it boiling engines. No, Dutch. What was the one? I forgot the one it's remade from, but it's a classic Nations Forever full speed track. Gunda Rider map, I think. The top 4 was all 4 months ago, really? Fall 16. Look at these gaps. Okay, guys. Let's do an experiment here. Let's watch Owls run and see if we can spot where he lost time. This is the 3rd best run in the world out of 84,000 players. Oh, I see now. He has the Hema car skin, and that's why he spammed the Hema thing. Anyway, distraction over. That looked all perfect. Did he hesitate a little bit, perhaps? That was clean. That looked clean to me, too. Maybe they use less space there. Ooh. Okay, there he lost 500ths. That was really clean. Maybe just a tiny bit more speed up that hill. Dodges the red flag. Now let's see. The top 2. Owls even lost 0.3 to Hobbit. So his start was indeed very clean. Oh, they have a different line here for speed. That's nice. Only 500th or so up until this point, though. They did use a bit less space. Hobbit using less space and being faster is a very Hobbit thing. More speed down this hill. Owls' one was good, but not perfect. And then maybe more speed here. Yep. No, so I mean, we can tell what happened. We just can never improve. Fall 17. Oh yeah. Okay, guys. I think actually all the top records here are beautiful. You see some gaps. This map was the most cinema of them all. The most cinema. Maniac, Amelius, and Lima hunted this since day 1 to try to go for the reactor yeet. This was found by Jacob. A player called Jacob on the 2nd day found out that you could crash the next checkpoint, get the car into a flying position, and then get a reactor yeet into bug slide, and then drive from here to the finish with all the speed from it. This saves several seconds. I think it saved like 2 seconds. So just to slow that down, it's very precise because it hinges on getting through the checkpoint. You can crash it and, you know, go too high, you can crash and go too low, and getting in a state where, yeah, you have reactor down and the car is flying with reactor down, and then you get pushed into the bug slide angle. Super satisfying stuff. And then here you're of course really stressed, so you gotta control your nerves after landing that. This is several hours of work, and then you have to not fail, and Maniac did it just about perfect. Map 18, world record by Dexter, who we haven't seen so much of lately. Dexter is so good, and maybe a name you guys aren't too familiar with. But he used to win a lot of Couple of Days, and used to compete for even campaign wins overall. And on maps like this one, tech maps, he is incredibly good. Also on NASCAR maps. So, this is a beautiful run, and a style that I still hope they keep adding. Even though they have a bunch of new environments now, I really hope we see sausage tech in campaigns. I know that's an unpopular opinion. I know a lot of people haven't missed this style, but I think it's so cool how you can balance the car on a bubbly racetrack and drift around. Map 19, world record by Quinn, ahead of Sanyika, who I get criticized for pronouncing wrong every time. This map had a tiny shortcut, if we can call it that. Who knows if you want to call this a shortcut. It's another one of these respawn incidents. Speed slide on all different surfaces, and here you can grab the boosters. This slows you down a lot for a very long time. But then you have more speed for the rest of the map. So it ends up paying off. Impossible angle, yeah, I'll slow it down too. This has been the video, the campaign recap with the most amount of slow-mos. So we gotta But we gotta keep doing it. Because the point is you can't really slow down to make this faster, so you have to just send it. And very instructive. Actually incredibly instructive. I think most people here would keep steering left. It's like, why the hell would you steer to the right? But you have to curve the car around the pillar. Like right now, if you keep steering left, you're gonna leave the right back wheel hanging. You see that? So he's steering right, not because he wants to go towards the pillar, but he wants to tuck in the right back wheel behind the booster, like behind the pillar. So sometimes, guys, even if it looks unintuitive, you can steer to the right really early here to get rid of the wheel. That's kind of cool. But yeah. Interesting. We have map number 20. This one had a lot of tricks. I wouldn't really say any shortcut. It's a full engine off track. So for most of this, you're just rolling. And that means you really don't want to get airtime if it's in a downhill. But you also, you know, your pace is going to be largely decided by the parts, the very few parts that are engine on. One of them is here, where you drive with grip on the road border. Hobbit got such a good gear up. Wow, the speed. And then they can keep 4th gear here with some precision. Looks like the Hobbit didn't have it. Fall 21, the alt car map. So interesting battle going on here. Rinta is the new rank 1 player in Trackmania United. He passed Nico, who was the previous rank 1 player. And here, since they use all the cars, this is really a showdown of the people who enjoy grinding these cars. Huge gaps in the records because it's so difficult to control them. And then, yeah. Desert car part over. Now it's snow car. For the ending, keep speed. Rinta gained the most in the desert car part. And that's because he is a desert car specialist. Right now, out of the... How many is there? 21 desert map. Are there? Yeah, right now, out of the 21 official desert maps in Trackmania United, Rinta has 20 world records. He has 20 out of the 21 desert world records in United. Beating Nico on just about every map, beating Kripke, if you guys know that name. Beating a bunch of the specialists like Phil. He's insane. He's about to get the last one. Although that's Nico's strongest record, so we'll see. Also, what on earth happened here? Rotaker 0.2 ahead of a very close field. Dusting off the controller to show the new player what's what. The new players, I should say. Yeah, Rotaker is a long-time Trackmania legend. Really, really good player for many years. Or did he have some strategy to gain time? Ooh, that was clean. He got no airtime out of the pool, but it's still only about a car length. Oh, the bumps there. That was nice. That's another 500ths. Super clean drift. Close to the hole. Oh my god, he's sending. What a run. That jump too, it looked weird, but I think he needed to go that wide for the space. No sliding the entire sand. Guys, this is the type of run that if you see this on the leaderboard, you don't even contest it. I think that's why the fighting stopped at 59. It's like Rotaker won this one and we're never beating this, so let's just go home. Scroll with a half a second gap. Legendary player uses the jet lag skin. Yo, Scroll, we might need to talk about 2026 here. Scroll used to play in my birthday competitions and do really well. But look at him now, look at him go, half a second ahead. 60 hours of work for this run, yo, let's go. This is another one of those where it's just like, who can contest this? Who is gonna want to contest this? Ooh, what a ramp cut! That was beautiful. No airtime. Yeah, you didn't just want the campaign record scroll, you wanted, you wanted no one to be close. To not even give them, to not even let them think they have a chance. What a run. Crazy stuff, man. Very impressive. Guys, this is the one campaign map I hunted. I am 94th. But I did what I thought was a good run, and it's been beaten by 4 and actually 5 seconds with Jan. This map is completely nuts. It has an entire shortcut reroute that was found in a couple of days. And here's how it works. You get a reactor zoop here so that you can wallbang, take one of the later checkpoints first. Then you fly back through the first couple of checkpoints. Now you're going towards checkpoint 1. This is the checkpoint you wanted, checkpoint 1. And then afterwards, you can climb back here, get the reactor again, and then fly through these 2 rings. And now you've taken almost all checkpoints, but you've left one out. You've left checkpoint 4, I believe it is. And so the goal is that instead of going to the finish, you crash, you can go to checkpoint 4 and bounce from there into the finish. It is just as unbelievable now as when I first saw this, how this all works out. But it is beautiful. It is completely beautiful, and Jan's run is spectacular. Like, they really grinded this. So, yeah, impressive stuff. How do you even find this stuff? The kind of outline of the route was found by Postito Paco and someone else. Don't remember right now. And they said like 41, 42 is possible, and I called them crazy. But yeah, this right here being the necessary piece, you need the rotation, and you need to bounce like this to have the car fly up again. Coolest record of this campaign. And then we have 25, world record by Mime, Lima, and Flimsy. Let's actually throw in Curiosity, and I saw someone say you should pronounce it Skulch. I hope that's correct. Some prodigies, guys. Some prodigies for sure. Mime, though, long-time veteran. This one didn't really have too many special things. It had the underwater driving, but I don't think it had too many tricks based on the leaderboard we're seeing. Outside turn, a little bit of a nose slide. So when we're thinking to the next campaign, we're really hoping that the black tracks will be more advanced than this, because in esports, a player like Mime would do this in his sleep, you know, and there would be almost no gaps. We want the players that really are a level above to be able to show it on the map they drive. But that is all the records in the fall campaign. Taking a look at the overall standings real quick, guys, we can see that Hobbit is the winner with 330k points, Lima in second, and Flu in third. So dearest YouTube viewers, I thank you for watching this video, and I implore you to check out the streams and videos over the next days. There's going to be a lot of stuff about the new update, about the new maps, maybe ranked on them, the new cups that are happening. Overall, just a very exciting time to be a Trackmania player, to be a Trackmania fan. So I will see you guys for all of that. And thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye, YouTube. Say bye. Say bye, all chat friends as well. Bye-bye.